What is it with people that enjoy their own company and like to be alone? Well, I can tell you what it is with me, but I can't tell you what it is with the others. For me, it's about being able to do what I want to do. To be able to come and visit this little shack and enjoy the sunrise at the beach without someone saying, let's go over here, let's go over there, let's chase off these birds, let's stab some starfish. I've seen that. I've seen people do that, and it just broke my fool heart. There are certain things that you just can't unsee, you can't unknow. This is the whole issue with the knowledge of good and evil. We have it. We're born with it. We know how to act. We know. But most folks don't act as they should, accordingly to God's will. And what is God's will? Who can say exactly what God's will is? But for me, I bring it down to just to bring heaven on earth, to bask in the glory of the creation and the formation of the creation, such as this beautiful beach. Notice I have nothing, just the clothes on my back, the shoes on my feet, and the hair on my head, just laying there and looking and enjoying. This is something I make it a point to do every day, to just sit in nothingness. And even if it's just for a minute or two, or if it happens to be closer to like 10 minutes, is even better. I was accused recently of being afraid of this. And I appreciate the assumption. That's fine. I get it. But if you don't know me, then don't be talking. And I know you feel me. I tend to be overly observant and notice things that most folks wouldn't expect me to notice. And most of the times I pretend like I don't notice things. I'm one of those people that you can't lie to easily and get away with it. Although I do tend to be gullible, if that makes any sense. But there just happened to be a class that I was excited to be a part of. And I had to drop it like a hot potato last week because I found so much dishonesty in that sweet, sweet voice that was supposedly teaching me things. Such a sweet, sweet voice. But see, that's what we have to be most careful of, is what seems to be beautiful and perfect definitely has an underlying ulterior motive that is more than likely not in your best interest, it's in theirs. The particular glaring incident that stood out to me was that this individual was having a class, and I noticed that there was a message that came up in the chat, and it said message blocked, so the message wasn't showing. And then said person that had their message blocked raised their hand to speak. And when the teacher went to go and click the hand so that the person could speak, she was like, I don't understand. I can't operate the hand. I don't know what's going on. And I'm over here going, well, if you unblock the user, you might be surprised what would happen next. You would be able to operate the hand. And I found it funny that there was no mention of, gee, I wonder why your message is blocked. Because she assumed that it flew under the radar, but not my radar. I saw it. I saw that deception. So rather than being honest and saying, yo, I blocked you. I don't want you in my class. I don't want you talking in my class. I don't want you chatting in my class. You know, she just played innocent. And I thought that that was really not cool. And so the next class, there was a rocket threat. And she was like, continue the broadcast. I'm going to go run and hide. And she muted her end and went off to go and hide, apparently. Who knows if that's true or not. But when she came back, I was in a live conversation with one of the other students. And I was trying to be graceful about accepting a compliment from him, which is something I don't do, is accept compliments graciously. And she just comes on there like voice overly loud, not yelling, but her voice was way too loud. And I'm sure she was excited from the rocket attack and the sirens and stuff too. I get it. But she straight told me that my ego was just rah, rah, rah. And I was afraid of nothing. You're afraid of nothing. You know, and then she starts going, iPhone, my car, this, that, like being all like that. And I was just like, am I in a class about Hebrew or am I in a class about personal development to please you? I was so like, whoa. And I agreed. I mean, I know I'm human. I have an ego. We all have an ego. But the thing is I'm not arrogant. I'm sure of myself, but I'm not arrogant. I'm sure of my place in this world, and it's not as I would wish it to be, but it's not as bad as it could ever be. It just is what it is. And I think the biggest takeaway from this whole conversation is that if you desire to be friends with a loner, just know that when they cut you short and dip out and disappear, don't be offended. Just know that they enjoy their own company more than anything else, because with it comes a great deal of peace of mind, because the whole thing just rented too much space in my head that would never have happened if I had just remained in my own self-study like I always have done and will continue to do. I have no need or desire to join any kind of an interactive social media. I did it because I legitimately thought I was going to be in learning, in classes, in engagement, but it turned out to be so much more. A personality contest of sorts that I have zero interest in. That's just not my jam. at all. And, I have a lot to share with people. And it ends up being internalized because, I go to make a YouTube video and then I'm just like, what am I going to do for footage? I could be that still shot, static image type person and just talk over it. But, after all, this is videos, not audios. So if I wanted to do a podcast, then I would have to figure that out. But I'm on a video making platform, so I make videos, not audios. That was not a stab at anybody, I swear. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening.